No, I'm struggling. Apart from just the absolute horrible spectacle that is VAR and scoring 5 goals on Saturday and not celebrating one. I truly didn't celebrate one on Saturday until after the goals were given. I can't stand it.
Your eyes literally, when the ball hits the net, literally looks over to your left or right, doesn't it?
I know all the talk is about what happened at the Etihad on Sunday, but believe you me, from a viewing experience, every goal, even the ones that were counted, I turned down to my dad and I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. And you can see the ref looking at his watch or doing something like that. It's
you definitely can't enjoy it, can you?
No,
as much as what you...
On that, I was reading a piece with Tony Pulis in the BBC today, and I agreed with him. I'd gone further. He was talking about how long it takes. He says, when VAR was brought in, it's supposed to be stopping your Diego Maradona hand of God moments or your Thierry Henry for France against Ireland, those blatant moments like that. He has suggested, Tony Pulis, obviously the former long-serving Stoke City manager. I mean, he gets a lot of stick maybe for the way, they're seen as being old school or whatever, but he said that I'd restrict it to 2 minutes. He says, if you can't see in 2 minutes what possibly might have gone wrong there, well, it's obviously not clear and obvious. I mean, I'd go further. I'd say maybe a minute.
Yeah.
Because like you said, as Paul said, for better or for worse, I mean, personally, I'd get rid of VAR full stop. I just don't see that happening now. The genie's out the bottle. I don't see how they're going to go back with that, because I'd rather live and die in the moment of, like you say, that moment of a celebration or whatever. But yeah, I'd be willing to say, well, I'll accept a few bad calls or wrong calls or whatever, just so you can keep that spontaneity of enjoying the moment. But if VAR is here to stay, I'd say, well, fair enough. Pulis has said, get it sorted in 2 minutes, or say, mate, get it sorted in 1 minute, whatever. You've got the video footage there in front of you. You can't quickly see there's been a clear and obvious error. Well, it's not a clear and obvious error, and let's move on. For me.
Yeah, it's opened up a can of worms, hasn't it, throughout. I'm torn on it just because I don't like VAR, but I think there is still a valid argument to say as long as they get the right decision, I think you could argue in that case. But I do think a lot of the time it does take too long, especially with all the camera angles and the technology that they got. It is a little bit ridiculous. Just some comments here. So Kevin Kraft says VAR should be banned and it's spoiling the game. John Jones Toffee Man says VAR is horrific. So I don't think we're the only three who don't like it. What was the saying that we were talking about the other day?
Game's gone.
Game's gone. That was it. I mean, there's a lot of things that we could say about the game being gone, and VAR is definitely one of them. So yeah, look, it's spoiling the game without a doubt. The 2 goals that were counted on Saturday, you have that urge to celebrate, but then immediately you just look to your lines when you look to your referee thinking, is this going to be disallowed? And Everton have faced a couple of those calls over the past couple of weeks, haven't they? And it's not ideal for a good experience of the game, certainly for youngsters as well. We were brought up on the authenticity of football, and now it's a completely different game.
It feels like they are, and I know we're going down a bit of a rabbit hole there, it feels like I know they're not, but it feels like they're trying to find a way to disallow a goal now.
Because
everything.
You could probably find something in every goal that's ever been scored. Somebody shoved somebody
of the
somewhere.
3 that were disallowed on Saturday, probably 2 were rightly disallowed, but maybe the one was Barry really interfering with play for Dewsbury's Hall.
I thought that was a weird one.
It's just.
There hasn't even been like a big uproar about that, has it?
But
maybe we should be making more of it ourselves.
We
won the game
across the park.
The point is, we won the game, so we're not complaining.
But we on another day we win 4 or 5-0, don't we? But yeah, I'm not even joking. That was my only negative from Saturday. It's just annoying that you can't always celebrate a goal now like that is. And we had 5 of them on Saturday.
Well, let's face it. I mean, we'll finish off on this subject, but even the Tarkowski goal that drew a 2-2 against Liverpool last season, I know the scenes were incredible. Everyone celebrated that, but even then there was a 4-minute delay.
That was ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Like you said, if it can't be spotted within a matter of seconds, for me, interesting. Somebody's put a comment in there. Seems to add to the game in cricket. Well, to be fair, in cricket's a game of it's stop start anyway, isn't it? But I think that's part of the reason why football, in my opinion, and in so many other people's opinions, is the greatest game in the world. Is because in a cricket game, you've got all those different wickets, whatever 20 wickets have got to fall over the game. if you see a goal in football, that might be the only goal all day. That's why football's the most,
that's why you're there.
the best sport in the world, because its unit of scoring is worth so much. It's not like basketball, where you might score 100 points, or in cricket, you might score over 100 runs. Yeah. When somebody scores, like I said, you might go to a game, there might not be any goals. So when a goal comes, that's why it's so important. That's why it's such a pivotal moment in that game. And that's why there's so much emotion comes out with it. Because, like I said, it might be that, 1-0 to the Arsenal, whatever.
Well, look at that Tarkowski goal. And obviously I've got blue tinted glasses on, but they were looking for a foul on Canate, weren't they, to push? And in real time, it was never a foul. It wasn't a foul. Pushes happen. Contact sport. Just imagine if that goal would have been disallowed.
Yeah, you can't imagine. I've been in trouble over this already.
Yeah, so. But, let's not go down that road. But it's just, it's just, for me, I would happily take bad calls again.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And fume and kick off about Mark Clattenburg performances, and have that rather than what we've got now.
I think. As well, I keep saying I'm going to finish on this. At least I know we're never going to go back to non-VAR. That's not going to be the case.
But
at least if we did go back, then you could accept maybe the human error. You would be annoyed. There's plenty of times where prior to VAR's introduction, where you think, "Oh God, this linesman or this referee, what type of decision?" But I think now you might, deep down, you might be able to accept, listen, human error.
It's better than what we've just had.
Well, you would keep the excitement in the game, I think, and I don't know. It's obviously, like I say, different game to what we all grew up in, and I do fear for youngsters watching the game, to be honest, and the popularity of it.